Okay, so we are going to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla and also answer your questions about the Sony PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X sales in the United States. I'm Linus Wilson. So, let me see if I'll try a different mic. This mic sounds okay, but maybe I can get a better mic. Alright, so here's the new mic. Might hear some static. Oh wow, there's a lot of you guys on. Okay. Sounds about the same. It's going to be a little bit reverberating in here because there's a big high ceiling. So let's see what your questions are to start out. When will the... Well, as early as 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we expect Amazon UK to drop, which has shipped in the past to U.S. buyers. You pay a little bit more for Amazon because Gamer Dude, don't spam the chat or I'll stop it. And then you pay a little bit more because the world price of the PlayStation is higher than the world price for the so the US price is lower than most of the rest of the world, right? So at current exchange rates, it costs more if you live in Europe or the UK to buy a PS5, but you can get it shipped. PS5 is dual voltage. You just need to change the plug, which costs less than $10. Change the plug, but I'm sure you have so many of those plugs at your house, you just don't realize it yet. Okay, so let's go see if we can go to so we're expecting from Ubisoft, we're expecting a update, and there are some big glitches that money exploits and the like. There's a God mode exploit here in Assassin's Creed, and we want to exploit or I want to exploit those before before they're patched. So here in London is the best one, I think. But some people have said there's an armor duplicating glitch, but it's a little bit harder to use. All right, so Assassin's Creed, you're supposed to jump off the fast travel points into a bale of hay. You know, I like the fast travel points they had in, what was it? In Ghost of Tsushima, man. You could fast travel from anywhere. This is kind of a more old school type fast traveling. All right, I'll look at what questions you got. Got the GameStop bundle digital. Thanks, Linus. This is from Alan Tommy Lee. The worker's name just happened to be Linus as well. Cool. Linuses of the world unite. Okay, little echo on the mic. Yeah, it's going to echo because I'm in a big room, so it's not a sound chamber. I had to move down here to remote play because the internet upstairs was not good enough. And so if you see a little pixelation in the remote play, that's because of the translation from the Xbox Series X to the PC. You kind of lose it. Okay, so let's keep on going. What else we got going on? Who's dropping? We're expecting Amazon UK to drop tomorrow morning at 5:30. We'll probably do a live stream of that. And then we expect that Best Buy will drop at 9 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. Yeah, it's asking me, am I still there? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's go to the map. Yeah, we want to go to the wall here. We get to the wall, then we can give the beggars. So this exploit is, it's a glitch really. You give these beggars money, and then they give you a rune that is worth more than the money you give them. It's a really fast glitch. Okay, so am I on the outside of the walls? Oops, I want to be on the outside of the walls. Where are these guys at? Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, I'm out of the walls. I want to be like right here. Okay. Okay, so in Assassin's Creed, this Eivor can climb over everything. No, that's too far outside the walls. I think this is like where I aggro those guys. Okay. Where are we? We get down there. How do we get down there? It just came from here. Okay, I think this is the wall. Oh, these are dudes that probably will get aggroed. Oh, darn it. Okay, let's put back on our clip. Alright, what are you guys saying there? How is everyone? Let's see. On the 14 Xbox Series X, Amazon 14th, no, that's just PS5, and that's Amazon UK. Is Best Buy doing the USA? Yes, on the 15th. Okay, what else we got going on? Alright. Oh, darn it. Whoa, that's a lot of arrows. Oh, there we go. I think this is where we want to be. I scared away I guess I have to deal with these people before I can. That was the beggar. He just got. I gotta kill all these guys first. Oh, darn it. You can do this if you come from the right route. I just took a shortcut. Let's see if I can. There's more? Really? Where are those guys at? So I guess this temple is... Okay, so Nobody's shooting at me at the moment. Ah, the beggar came back. Awesome. Alright, so this is where we want to exploit the glitch. Okay, we'll answer your questions. PS5 is supposed to be online at GameStop now. Oh, well, let's look at that. Didn't see that. Somebody says, I was first ordered at a local GameStop 3 p.m. yesterday, now said it hasn't been allocated in the system. I don't see anything like that. I think, no, I don't see anything like that. Like, putting cap stuff in the chat is the reason to get muted. Okay. Let's see. See if we might have any more questions out there. I should notify the people on Twitter. So PS5 drop Q and A with AC Valhalla gameplay. What do we got? Share, copy link. So what GameStop did was they dropped yesterday, right? And there were some online sales, most didn't go through, and then there were some in-store sales that did go through, Mark. And if you got there at 3 p.m. Central Time at your local GameStop, then you had an opportunity to get one, otherwise not. Okay, so let's make some bank. So you give him 5 coins, he gives you this rune that is worth 58 coins, and then if you go straight to your bird, then you can reset the beggar, and then just keep on doing this. There's actually 3 beggars. If you get really greedy, you can kill one of the 3 beggars if you'd like only do 1 beggar. What? Why is my sword out? What? You scared off the beggars. Okay, he's come back. These beggars like all work in concert. They all sleep at the same time, and they run away at the same time. They also look kind of identical. But these are the richest beggars in the world, because they've got an unlimited amount of coin. They just don't realize it. If they just would have walked over to the merchant shop just right around the corner, they would have been able to cash in their riches. Okay, what else have we got going on? Okay, what we got? Another drop this week besides Best Buy. Yeah, you know, if you're looking, that's Sizzling Chomp. Amazon UK is going to be the first one at 6 a.m. Eastern time. We'll probably do a live stream for that. But they usually ship to the US, and both the Xbox Series X and PS5 are dual voltage, so they work on anything. You just have to change the plug. It's a really minor thing. It's easier. It's probably harder to set up your your PlayStation to your TV than it is to put in a new plug. And then PlayStation Direct, right? We expect them to drop. They've been dropping 1 to 4 times a week since launch day, so for over a month. Today, I don't think we've had any drops, which is not unusual. We had no drops on Sunday last week either. You should check out @Linus Wilson on Twitter, and my pinned comment will give you all the probable and confirmed drops in the United States for that upcoming week. Passionate, I don't cover Canada closely. I sometimes retweet what LeBennet's does, and that there's also @JinxDeals. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll get hooked up with both those people. And they LeBennet's, it's really a weird spelled name. He tweets about PS5 Xbox Series X drops in Canada exclusively. JinxDeals does international drops. Amazon UK is what I said, Corey. They ship to the US. Okay. And then we hope for PlayStation Direct, and then there's a lot of random drops that we just don't know about until it happens. Okay. Okay, good for you getting all your info ready on Best Buy. That's a good thing to do. Best Buy has a really weird process. It's very hard to cart it at Best Buy. It's kind of a really random thing. You know, I think I guess, and just in general, let's say we have a large drop, like GameStop was a large drop, maybe 5,000 PS5s. That would be a kind of large drop by a major retailer. You know, if you poll my active followers, right? Usually only 10% at best is going to get secure something from a very large drop on a given day, right? So it's a crapshoot, even if you're on Best Buy, just to get in the cart, and then it's another crapshoot to check out. I hope that we get the PS5 this week. It's been a long process. We all deserve it for Christmas, says GM314. Okay, cool. Thanks for the help. Passing it. Michael A. Hi, Linus. Do you think Costco will drop again this week? I was shocked. I think we've had 5 Costco drops in the last 2 weeks. We did get I think we got on Friday. Was it Friday morning? Maybe it was Saturday morning. We got a Sam's Club drop again. Both Costco and Sam's Club have been very active. Also, BJ's dropped, I think, on Friday. So you know, this is a remote play version. This is on the Xbox Series X, and you can see how pixelated the Xbox Series X is. You know, it's 60 frames for sure. On the 1080p screen that I'm using. It's just the internet translation of the remote play. So I think in the future, I may just buy the game for PC, but since I can't transfer my progression on it, I won't do it on PC. And of course, this is going to play better on the Xbox Series X than my current PC, even though I just bought a PC. It's probably not as good with games. It's got an RTX, I think it's like a 2070, 2060, something like that, graphics card, and a Ryzen 9 4900 processor. So it is super fast, and it has really improved the streaming, but it's you know, I don't think it's probably going to process games as well as the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. I also have the PlayStation 5. I hope Sam's Club drops more PS5s. I almost got that bundle last time. GM314, hey Linus, what do you think about Microsoft's shipping order placed in December, but not the ones placed in November? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Microsoft. I think they've really bungled the direct process. So I got my Xbox from Microsoft. I ordered on the pre-order day, in the first minutes of the pre-order day. You know, and they started shipping my console, you know, like days in advance, but it didn't arrive until like after the late in the 12th, I think, actually. So they could have got it in the morning easily, but they chose not to for some reason. But people that bought it on the launch date, November 10th, they got really messed over. They got a December 23rd delivery, although some have been delivered earlier, and since then they've been doing way in the future deliveries, although I think they do tend to deliver earlier with these way in the future deliveries, so I would not despair. But if you got one on launch day GM314 and it still hasn't delivered, that's a real bummer. But they did promise the 23rd of December, so they're still within their promise. I don't know why you think GameStop is selling right now. Sorry, Johnny, your handle is not very good either. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing going on Twitter right now. No, you should not camp at GameStop. What GameStop did was yesterday, and they announced it via email, and so I got out notifications about 20 minutes before they started selling them. They sent the email at 2:30 Central Time. They started selling at 3 Central Time. If you didn't get to your GameStop by 3 Central Time, the odds of you getting a PS5 are pretty low. Right now, they're all sold out of those PS5s. So nothing at GameStop today. You should not camp any place. You should not camp at Best Buy because Best Buy is doing online only. It's likely that Walmart will pretty soon go to online only. They are still allowing in-store purchases, but you need to have the information from your local store. A lot of stores will pass it out when the truck arrives or the day after the truck arrives. You need to talk to your local store, find out their policies with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. And they're going to change their policy pretty soon, probably when they get their last delivery. Amazon tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Pappy, Amazon.uk. Okay, when do you think Target will drop this? So when? I don't know what's going on with Target. They had a mini drop last week. It was only for probably about 1/10 of their stores. They've been doing, and about half the people that ordered from them got it shipped and half got same-day pickup in the store. Best Buy is doing online orders for pickup on Tuesday, but you know, they have not done very quick pickups. They're really slow to arrange pickups, so maybe a week or so. So if you get an order in online on Tuesday, maybe you'll get it before Christmas. I don't know. Yeah, Amazon UK, 6 a.m. Eastern Time US. We're expecting them to drop. Now that's probable. I'm not 100% on the sourcing on this. It's based on some sourcing from a Italian journalist, Robert Serrano, and he doesn't reveal his sources very well. So it's not confirmed, it's probable. On September 16th, it was so easy to buy a PS5, some extra stores up for hours. Yeah, I think because nobody knew the game that was going on, nobody knew anything was afoot, then it was easier. But for instance, like I was like ready for the Amazon drop, and it went live earlier than promised, right? And you basically had to follow Wario 64, and at that time I didn't know you were supposed to follow Wario 64, but I knew after that day. But I did secure a pre-order on the 17th. Okay, so yes. When is GameStop.com dropping? They dropped yesterday. Okay. So the Q&A is 12. Today is the Q&A. Do they have stock tomorrow at GameStop? I don't think so. Amazon UK. It's the only thing that is probable. But, you know, we get surprised. That's why you should follow at Linus Wilson on Twitter. And then I'll hook you up with all the people that you should follow. And also maybe hook you up with one, you know, a person or the actual console. Oops, let's go back up. So trying to exploit this money glitch before it gets patched in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've probably farmed over probably about 150,000 silver from this. I have about 80,000 left. You know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla has to you know, you have the resource constraints, I think, that are kind of binding is the fact that you have a limited amount of iron that you can buy from the merchants. So for every level, you can buy 200 iron, but you need like tons and tons of iron to upgrade your gear. So you basically have to do a main quest to update the iron stocks. And then, you know, you have unlimited money from this, or there's another room glitch, or you could do farming of you could do fishing. That's a much slower farming method for money, but the problem is money won't buy you everything because there's shortages, just like there are shortages of the PS5. This is a 116 power level. I don't, your favorite chocolate, I don't know what you're talking about in store. Walmart is still doing in store at select stores, not all stores. Some stores will do online only, but at select Walmarts, they're still doing walk-ins. I got confirmation of that today, but that should come to an end because there's this leaked memo out that says when the local stores run out of stock, they'll no longer ship the consoles to the stores, and then they are going to stop the walk-ins at Walmart. You know, the walk-in process at Walmart has been chaotic, and that's part of the reason why it's lasted for so long. If it was more structured like the walk-in process was for Target, which ended in November 25th, then they would have sold out the PS5s in a few days. But because it's been so inconsistent and random, you know, we're still getting reports of people walking in and getting PS5s. Yeah, I block all people that engage in reselling on my Twitter, so I probably would ban you from the channel too. So yeah, no, just buy one for yourself. I work for Walmart, and consoles are being sold online because of the chaos and lines they were trying to avoid at launch. I saw the memo, so it's worth to try tomorrow. I camped out. No, you should only camp out if you know that the consoles are going to be there, right? So if you were told by somebody in your particular Walmart store that they're going to have consoles in the morning for the first X number of people. Now, some Walmarts do tickets, and they pass out the tickets at like 5 a.m., right? And so if you get there at 6 a.m., you may be camping out for nothing while the people that have tickets are have it in their cars. So that is why you need to talk to people nicely. Never accuse anyone of lying in a Walmart. Never yell at people, never be aggressive or mean to those poor Walmart employees. They make so little money to begin with, right? It's a thankless job they're doing. So, even if you don't think that they're telling you the everything they know, just be nice to them, be friendly. Basically, you have to convince somebody at a Walmart, if that Walmart is still allowing walk-ins, which they may not. If they have a sign up that's saying there are no walk-ins, there are no walk-ins, right? Any tips on getting a Newegg X this week? This has to be my one and only shot to get the console for the kids for Christmas. Big supporter of the channel. Cool Cube Arctic. Okay, so Cool Cube Arctic. Here's my advice. Newegg is going to go live, and they said last week that they were going to go live with the X this week, but they were going to go live with the S last week. Well, they went live with the X last week, and then they deleted their tweet. So they may not have any X's. They are definitely going to sell some PS5 bundles. It's also possible that Ant Online will sell some Xbox Series X and S and PS5 bundles this week. Now, that's not totally confirmed. They said they will sell more before Christmas, but not necessarily this week. It might be next week. So I recommend that you, number one, I would say if you're in the market for a PS5, just in general, get your PayPal account up to speed, because PayPal, for some reason, checks out better than all these other places. They give the money out quicker, you don't get flagged, you don't have the CVC code, and if you're looking at Ant Online for their bundles, then you really need PayPal, because it's really a speed thing. It's not like it won't be up for a half hour, but Ant Online also crashes, so you want to get your order in before their website crashes. So Ant Online's been really good about their website crashes, people get their notification from PayPal, and then before the end of the business day they get a notification from Ant Online, and it usually ships the next day. Whereas GameStop yesterday, a lot of people secured online the Xbox Series X bundle, right? And then they lost the bundle, right? They got the PayPal confirmation, but they didn't get any confirmation from GameStop, and GameStop is probably going to cancel them. So probably about 70-80% of those online orders from yesterday for Xbox Series X and S bundles will be canceled from GameStop, whereas Ant Online does not have a history of doing that. They have pretty much honored all the orders that went through, so they have a better system, I'd say. Okay, Hugo Oliveira, I got in Walmart at 6:30 and 7th in line. Too bad there were none in stock. Yeah, that's why you need to go to Walmart the day before and get intelligence about when the truck is coming, what are their policies, if they're allowing I would say, some people will say they're online, but they're not online. They're actually doing it in store. But if they have a sign that says they're online, then they're online, right? If they made a sign, trust the sign. If somebody tells you they're not in store anymore? Maybe. But, you know, talk to a manager or something. Be nice, be polite. You really have to convince somebody to sell it to you, and if you're irate or rude, they're not going to sell it to you. They're not going to give you good information, and then you'll be camping out for nothing. So only camp out if you know what's coming. What will be the best? Cool Cube Arctic, I think I said that. So Newegg is probably going to do an announcement. It's probably going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time. We just don't know the day, but we don't know if they're going to offer the X, maybe the S. I think you've got a better shot with Ant Online, and you need to follow Ant Online their Twitter handle, because they're going to announce that first. Now I'll retweet it, you know, but you're going to get, if you have all notifications for Ant Online then you'll be able to get that bundle. Now you should look at their bundles, right? Decide if you're willing to pay for their bundle. It's going to be more than $500. It'll be probably closer to $700, $800. But you do get a lot of stuff. You're not paying a scalper. They do price things at MSRP. But you know, Walmart is also an option for somebody who wants the Xbox Series X, right? You may see more tweets about the PS5, but it's easier to walk into Walmart and get it in X or S. But for those two, you have to do legwork and talk to a lot of people at Walmart, and please be nice. Also Best Buy, right? Best Buy is going to offer the Xbox Series X and S at the same time as the PS5. There may be a little stagger, but we're expecting 9 a.m. Eastern time, Best Buy. All right, so it's getting later in the day there in the Dark Ages, England, and so these guys may fall asleep. Okay, Santo, I seem to have the disc console in my list view on Walmart. Single-use restricted PlayStation console. Do you have that link? I have it to share. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, send it just a direct message or tag me on Twitter at Linus Wilson if you want to do that. You can also put in the chat if you want, but it would probably be easier if you tag me on Twitter, or you could just send a DM on Twitter if you want. But tagging me is fine too. I don't, you know, that's a good point that Sanzoro makes, is that, you know, that memo says that Walmart's online, but they haven't, you know, had a web page in like a week. So I don't think that, I don't think they're gonna go, you know, I don't think they're ready to go online yet, and I also think that it's Walmart, so they're probably going to announce the time that they're going to go live, right? So you know, you should figure out PayPal on your own. I'm not a good one for advice on PayPal. I'm just telling you that PayPal works better with most of these retailers than a credit card. And if you have a credit card or a bank card, you should notify your bank or credit card that you are in the market for a very expensive piece of electronics, a video game console, and that please don't flag my account if I have a charge of $500 to $600. I finally caught you live. I just want to say thank you for helping with the first Meyer drop. Oh, so you got your console, James Udi? That's not very nice. Okay, let's see. So right now we're farming runes on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think we're probably almost done with this run because this guy is gonna fall asleep. And then you just meditate 2 times and he wakes up again, but you might as well go to the merchant and unload your fire runes. These are actually really good runes. They're mythical level weapon runes, and they're actually the only mythical level weapon runes I have, and I'm power level 116, so about About a fourth of the way from the max power level, which is 400. And I haven't come across one, but I've also only been in regions that were like power level. I think Mercy, or what, no, East Anglia was the only one that I did main quests in, although I've gone on God mode and farmed in some other places. I'll probably show you the God mode farming after this. Will you post on Twitter when the next Xbox Series X drop is? Yes, and you should go to my pinned comment about the confirmed or probable drops, and they tell you when the X is likely to go up. So the next confirmed one is Best Buy at 9 a.m. On Tuesday Eastern time. But you know, you need to follow with notifications, Wario64, me, so that you get the random drops. There are more random drops than scheduled drops. Why your thing deflating? Cause I got another one from Walmart online. Got a Series X on Walmart. Walk in while looking for the PS5. I called and the electronics clerk told me they had 3 Series X. Cool. James Udi. Nice. Yeah. So calling that, you know, just because they tell you they're not in stock doesn't necessarily mean they're not in stock, but it's also a decent method. If you want to call 10 different Walmarts, maybe one of them will tell you they're in stock, or they will be in stock at some time, or maybe they'll just be mean to you over the phone. I don't know. I generally don't believe this stuff over the phone, but you know, since we don't have BrickSeek anymore, they've been hiding it on BrickSeek, and they've been hiding it in the app, their inventory. Then you got to do the old-fashioned legwork to figure out when there is. Does anyone know an Amazon drop? Amazon dropped last week, right, at 3 a.m. Eastern time. Right, so you were probably asleep when they dropped. Amazon US. Amazon USA has dropped the PS5 on September 16th, on November 12th, on November 19th, and then last week, I have to remember which day. But Amazon UK, Amazon Spain, Amazon Germany, Amazon France, all these Amazons also ship to the US. So I think in the last Amazon US drop, it was probably people in Europe that got more of those consoles than people in America, because it was when the Europeans were awake, whereas most Americans were asleep and missed out on that Amazon.com drop. So I think if you really kind of really want to have the PS5 sooner rather than later, and you're getting tired of following with all notifications 10 different Twitter accounts, then you need to, it's probably worth it to pay for the shipping, which is not so expensive. It's usually the exchange rate that is more expensive. So with the exchange rate, it's probably about $600 to buy from a European Amazon, and then the shipping's maybe $40 more. Okay. Let's see. Should I use the Best Buy app on Tuesday? I would say use both. Try both. See what works. I just picked up Valhalla for Series X for $30. How is it compared to other Assassin's Creeds? I've never played another Assassin's Creed. I like it compared to The Witcher games, and I also like it compared to Ghost of Tsushima. I think they're good. They're all good games. Dot Chrono Man. Okay. Let's see any more questions. I was advised to clear out my cookies and not camp out at Best Buy. I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess if they recognize you, maybe you should clear out your cookies. But then I would start browsing again. I would get some history. I'd browse on the web and I'd get more cookies, new cookies. And then I would keep those in because you're probably going to get a captcha test if you don't have any cookies. I seem to have the disc. Okay, yeah, Walmart's links are all dead right now at Sanzero. You could. I think you're more likely to get captcha tests in incognito mode. I think it's just really hard to cart at Best Buy, and it's really hard to cart and check out at Best Buy, and that's their bot protection is the problem, basically. That it's just a random thing. If you just have to spam add to cart, right? So if a bot tries it, they'll fail, but then you have to keep on spamming it. I would try both in the app, and I would try both on the website. And I try the incognito. You know, if there's only one drop at a time, right? If you're only expecting the Best Buy drop, which is what's happening, then yeah, I would definitely only do that, James Goody. Yeah, KZX456, I ordered a Series X from Microsoft Store on December 1st, and the order says still pending with the estimated shipping of $12.23. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I mean, that's what they promised, and so far they haven't not delivered. And, you know, do you want to, like, be in the market for another one? Probably not. I mean, it's not, people are not having an easy time getting the X. Ernesto Carbone, how's it going, Linus? What do you think of the Xbox Series X? I just copped one from Amazon last week. I like it. I like it a lot. I like that it's a lot smaller than the PS5. I like the fact that PS5 has a direct link to YouTube if you wanted to stream to YouTube or Twitch. I wish the Xbox had that. This is remote play, and the quality is really bad because it's over the internet, but the quality on my actual screen from the Xbox is really good. So I apologize about the remote play. I'm debating buying another game just for the PC so I don't have to do the remote play stuff, and I think the quality on that will be better. So thinking about buying Cyberpunk just to stream it for these Q&A streams. Okay, let's see what's going on Twitter. I haven't checked Twitter in a bit. See if it's blowing up. Don't see much on Twitter here. Nothing going on. Yeah. I've heard of the Elgatos too. I'm just trying to go through all the different technology right now. It's one other bit of technology. It might just be easier to have the game on the PC. If I could transfer the saves from AC Valhalla, I would buy a PC version, but I don't think I can. So is Walmart done with walk-ins everywhere? No, some places are having walk-ins, right? So it just varies by store to store. But it should be getting rid of it this week at some point. Thanks for the advice. Cyberpunk is pretty impressive in my opinion. I played the PS4 game, The Forest, on PS5, and it's a huge difference. Yeah. So Cyberpunk, it's better if you have it on a next-gen console. You might want to just wait until you secure your next-gen console before buying it. Otherwise, I think most of the people that be on the stream are waiting to get one, so I would just postpone Cyberpunk until then, because it's not worth trying on the. I mean, you can. I mean, if you don't mind, I played The Witcher 3 on 10 frames per second. I played The Witcher 2 on like 5 frames per second. Golly, you want to talk about a game that really tests your computer? The Witcher 2. You get The Witcher 2 on a PC that's, not got a good graphics card. Oh man, that is some bad frames per second. So I guess if you think about CD Projekt Red, they were just kind of like a nothing. Like 15 years ago, they were like a nothing PC only developer, right? Their second game, AAA game they made was Witcher 2, and that was only for Xbox One. Oh no, Xbox 360, sorry. And then Xbox 360 and PC. So it was basically PC only, and it was Witcher 3 was the first time that they had a PS4 version of a game. And supposedly that had all kinds of problems at its launch too. I think with CD Projekt Red you get really great story. It's more about the story than the gameplay, right? So the gameplay on Ghost of Tsushima was much better than Witcher 3, but I think the story and the amount of content you got from Witcher 3 was just so much better than Ghost of Tsushima. But in terms of combat, Ghost of Tsushima is better, and if you like to platinum games, then Ghost of Tsushima is an easy platinum. Okay, so we're not going to buy stuff, but we're going to sell stuff. We're going to sell most of these runes. Not these ones, these triangle runes, okay. So I paid $5 or 5 silvers, and then I sell them for 58, so I net 53 silvers a piece. So I'm starting out with 80,000 silver. But of course I lost some silver paying the beggars. And hopefully we get up to well over 100 just with this one run. Look at the page. I'll tweet you. And for all the bugs and performance issues, Cyberpunk is disappointing, and the fact of how much it got delayed. I'm not happy with CD Projekt Red. I think that I wish that CD Projekt Red would either sell the rights to The Witcher to somebody else. As good as they are with story, they are just very poor in execution. I think that they spent 7 years on Cyberpunk and they delivered an unfinished game. I think is inexcusable, and it shows what bad management they have and how out of place that their stock price was. Right? I wish that they would change the management at CD Projekt Red and get a new management team that can actually execute games in a reasonable timeline. That they should have, after The Witcher 3, right? They didn't take advantage of the fact that The Witcher suddenly became so popular after that #1 rated Netflix series, the most watched Netflix series in the history of Netflix. And they didn't create a game for that. They just had old games to sell. And of course they made a lot of money off those old games, but they're not even close to creating a 4th AAA Witcher game, right? And obviously they're not even close to creating a AAA quality Cyberpunk game, even though they've released one for the PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, I'll basically work like a regular PS4 if it's port not assigned properly. I think if you have I guess that's the other thing. If I think a lot of PC players don't play on a big screen TV set, like a lot of the console players like to play on. So, 4K is not as important to a PC player. Frames are probably more important to a very gamer. So I got a very nice monitor for my laptop, new laptop, right? It's a 120 hertz, but I think it's like 1440, or maybe it's even less than that. Because it's not big. You need to have a big screen TV to have 4K. So PC players are probably, so if you think about CD Projekt Red, which is primarily doing stuff for PC, so look, I'm over 120,000 coin now. Then, PC players, I think, are willing to settle for less quality, right? But in terms of graphic resolution, but I think console players are not willing to do that, and since most console players are on last generation hardware, they don't have the PS5 or Xbox Series X, which would run great with Cyberpunk, then that's a problem, right? Okay, so here's all this animal parts. I guess I'll save the animal parts because I can sell them to the people in my village. There's the settlement stuff. Okay, almost Sanzoro 78. Okay, Sanzoro, you want me to look at what you got here? Okay, Sanzoro. I don't see anything. Here's Walmart. Walk in 12, 13. Oh, there goes Sanzoro. Yeah, this is your picture. It says item is not available, single use. Yeah, but that's not the link. That's a picture. Why don't you text me the link? So copy the link and then tweet that to me at Sanzoro78. No, I don't think so, James Udi, because really frame rates are more important than 4K anyways, right? So you're going to see a big step up on your frame rates if you don't have a 4K TV. You're just going to see the games load quicker. It's going to be faster. The pictures are going to be quicker. Like I say, the picture you see is because of the internet speeds from the remote play onto my PC. But the picture that I see on my TV are crystal clear, crisp. So yeah, you'll see a big step up if you go from PS4 to PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One to an Xbox Series X. It'll perform much better. What do you think, people? Bundles or console for Best Buy? That's a good question. I don't know what's going on with the bundles with Best Buy. They've never sold bundles before, so I think that you're probably they'll just sell the straight one. So I'm kind of like, I don't know why they put up those bundles, but maybe they'll surprise us and only let us do bundles. So, alright, and go to our inventory panel. Right, so if you look at like HDR kind of hurts your eyes, LOL. Yeah, so I mean, like the constraints that I'm having for this game is that just getting enough iron, to get enough iron to update things. If I had time, I'd probably take you through the, and maybe I'll do a stream later tonight, but I gotta make dinner. But maybe later tonight I'll take you through the God mode in Valhalla, and I'll do some farming of tungsten ingots, and maybe we'll also farm some linen. So those are the other constraints, but you know, I think the bigger constraint about upgrading your gear is that linen you have to get from the chests in the high level areas, and iron, you just can't get enough iron to upgrade your gear, and without, you know, endless looting, but the fastest way to get iron is just to level up, and then you go back to your shop, right? And then they'll reset their iron and you get 200 iron. Luke, thanks for your kind words. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna end the stream, but you should subscribe, and if you are still in the market, follow me on Twitter at Linus Wilson, and I'll also do videos giving you a heads up. And my video today goes through all the confirmed and probable sales for next week. I'm Linus Wilson. Bye-bye.